Wohlers with River Place Capital. It is Thursday, March the 18th, and wanted to just talk about what we've seen in markets over the last week. And as we saw a very nice recovery in markets last week, the S&P 500 was up over 2% last week, putting but what we've been talking about as we ended the year last year, as we were talking about the cyclical rotation where we're going to see the switch from growth to value. We weren't only just talking about that, we were also talking about the other indexes, your small and mid cap indexes that underperformed very, very severely over the last couple of years, the S&P 500. So yes, the S&P 500 5%, which is a great number, but the mid cap index is up almost 15% year to date, and the small cap index is up right around 25% year to date. So again, the large cap index is up 5% year to date, the mid is up almost 15%, and the small cap index is up almost 25%. Now, these are humongous and great returns, but they've been so underperforming these large cap names. What is happening in the market where you're seeing some days where these smaller indexes are very much outperforming the large as you're selling your S&P 500 and you're buying your Russell 2000, or you're buying the S&P 600, or you're buying the S&P 400, which is causing these indexes to play the catch-up trade that we anticipated going into this year. Now, this week is a important week for the markets, as Chairman Jay Powell spoke yesterday about where he saw interest rates going, and he said that he saw them and that they believe that the Fed is going to continue to keep them low and at zero through 2023. Now, what's been happening in the market and what's caused some of this volatility that we've seen recently is we've had a very, very big move on the 10-year Treasury yield to the upside, and it's moved up very quickly. And what you're seeing happening is, and it's almost daily that you're seeing this, the 10-year Treasury goes up, your high-valued tech names or your high-value or high PE names are being sold off. Today, you have the 10-year Treasury touching around 1.76 early this morning, which is a huge move overnight, 1.65 that it closed yesterday. And so you had a 10-point move, 11-point move overnight. And then you see the NASDAQ down around 167 points as of right now. And you have the Dow that's positive 134 points right now. So what is happening is when the 10-year, those high value names that we were talking about a couple weeks ago are being sold off, and your more cyclical names are being bought. Those that are going to benefit more from the reopening, those that know from a stronger economy. Because the economic data that we're getting is very positive and pointing to a very, very strong economy once we get through this pandemic, a lot of pent-up demand. And then what you'll see is the next day, you'll see the 10-year Treasury yield retreat, and then you'll see the NASDAQ bounce right back. And so we are doing this dance. We're going up and down, back and forth in the marketplace, but happening around the 10-year Treasury yield and what's moving that right now. Now, at River Place, we believe that rates will move through the year, and that's a good thing. It means that we have a very strong economy, and if you now with the 10-year Treasury, it's actually a real rate is a negative rate of return when you take in inflation and taxes into the 10-year Treasury. So know that we see those rates moving a little bit higher. Stocks are going to be able to withstand that. It's just these parabolic moves up that cause these short-term sell-offs in the NASDAQ and on the high-tech and high PE names. So be prepared for that as we move forward, that we are going to see rates move higher, but don't be surprised in the short term if we see rates pull back a little bit, because they have had a very parabolic rise up, which gives you some great opportunities on days like today to find some of these big cap high PE names to go and buy them at a discount. If you have questions about how the 10-year is going to impact your portfolio, or what the recent or the upcoming volatility, how that's going to impact you and how you're positioned, feel free to call us. We're easy to talk to. You can reach us at 904-346-3460, or as always, check us out online at www.riverplacecapital.com. Have a wonderful Thursday, everyone.